We're back with David, Kim, and Michael. I mean, the piece that we're sort of talking around, David Jolly, is race. I mean, the voter disenfranchisement is all about targeting communities of color. The kinds of things that they took away in Texas were the most secure things that existed. Drive-through voting, you have to show your driver's license. They were used in Houston and places where people maybe don't tend to vote Republican. How do we have more blunt conversations at this point? And how do we keep it real? And how do we do what I think Michael Steele is articulating? How do we make democracy great again with the same fervor and emotion that Donald Trump ran his MAGA movement with?
Nicole, I think we have to recognize that more Americans than not in November of 2020 chose Joe Biden over Donald Trump because they wanted to stop Donald Trump. Not because those voters wanted a bold progressive agenda, but they wanted to stop Donald Trump. And that's the most important political coalition today in the United States, the coalition that wants to stop Donald Trump. And for those who still support Donald Trump, what I would say is, I know you care deeply about the country, but you've elevated a man who does not. And I think the corollary to tomorrow is actually because we saw a man in isolation, Donald Trump, not there by his own choosing. Obama was in the Supreme Court. The leaders of the House and Senate were all there. Donald Trump was not, because he is not a man who cares about the republic. He is a man who approaches the republic as an asset that he can use or abuse. The political coalition that recognized that in 2020 must hold in 22 and 24. And it is incumbent upon, I hate to say this, Democrats, because they are the only responsible party in today's democracy, to keep that coalition together.
Michael Steele, Democrats hate advice from people like you and me, former Republicans, but they're all we've got now. I mean, I voted straight party line Democratic since 2016, since Donald Trump has been on the scene. And I wonder if you think Democrats are sort of sitting more comfortably in that pocket. I mean, Congressman Himes was here yesterday and seemed to be talking that language of being aligned with the mission David Jolly is articulating. But where do you think that stands, that coalition?
You know, I think where that coalition will find its energy, as much as we've seen on the right, and what animates that energy is Donald Trump's willingness to fight, right? What they're looking for, that coalition that David refers to, is this party, the Democratic Party, which is, articulated as, the rational one who can help us through this. Where's your fight? Where's your fight? Where are you ready to push back? Where are you ready to test the system, not break the system, but test the system as it's being reconstructed by Trump and Republicans like McCarthy and Marjorie Taylor Greene, et cetera? If you're not ready to fight, guess what? That army that was there in 20, they're not going to be there in 22 and 24, as David has just noted, because they're looking for the leadership that helps them pull through. And at the end of the day, there's only so much protesting you can do on the street. You take Dr. King out, you take Ralph Abernathy out, you take, a lot of those leaders out. Where does the movement go? You need that focus and direction, that energy that's fused by the leadership that shows you why the fight is worth it.
David Jolly, Kim Atkins-Storr, Michael Steele, thank you so much for spending some time with us today ahead of tomorrow.